It's Moving in the Marketplace with your host, Cassandra Ferguson, and it's your time to connect and move in greater areas of influence. You are called to stand out and be a leader in the marketplace, equipping marketplace leaders, business owners, and entrepreneurs to be more effective in the area of influence.
Hello. Welcome to Moving in the Marketplace. And I am your host, Cassandra Ferguson. I'm just so thrilled to be with you guys today. I'm telling you, we got a good topic today. And I'm especially excited about who our guest is today to talk about this. So today's topic is cyberbullying and social media etiquette. You didn't know you had to come correct in social media, did you? But again, I want to thank everybody. Welcome to Moving in the Marketplace. How was your Thanksgiving? For those that are out there, giving you time to share. You can share the broadcast because we are live. I'm checking to make sure we are live on Facebook. You guys could do the same. We are live on YouTube. So you have the chance to share the broadcast, and I'm giving you that opportunity to do that and do it now. Okay? So, Jordan, I was trying to find the live on Facebook. I don't see it, but I'm pretty sure it's there. So we want to share the broadcast out again. We're here on Moving in the Marketplace, and we are going to be talking about cyberbullying and social media etiquette. Okay, so let's go right into the Sassy Cassie segment. Okay, you do see it on your side. Good. So I want to talk to you. Said, don't be pulled out to play. And the reason I'm talking about this is a lot of times when we go on social media, there can be some comments, there could be something happen that will cause us to react instead of respond. So I want you to be mindful of that. Don't be pulled out to play. First of all, you don't have to respond to everything. You don't have to react to everything. And the greatest way to respond to anything is with wisdom. Sometimes in order to be able to respond with wisdom, you have to wait a moment, let your emotions get out of the way, and then you have to come back and respond in wisdom. And our scripture is Colossians 4:6, and this reads in the New Living Translation: let your conversation be gracious and attractive so that you will have the right response for everyone. Yes. We got to make sure that we are responding correctly, because you can respond in a way that will cause a ripple effect in someone acting out of something incorrectly. And we all have seen that in the past. One response from a leader caused a terrible ripple effect to happen. A terrible ripple effect to happen in DC. And we know about that. So make sure that when you are responding, that you are responding in a way that will cause a positive reaction. I also want to read Ephesians 4:27. And do not give the devil any opportunity, come on, to lead you into sin by holding a grudge and nurturing anger, or harboring resentment, or cultivating bitterness. So you have to be very, very, very careful again. And again, we're going to go back to the title of this. Don't be pulled out to play. You have to handle things in a way and address things in a way that it won't cause people to react. And that's why we're talking about social media bullying cyberbullying and social media etiquette. Because you got to be careful not to do things that will cause people to act in a negative way. Again, and do not give the devil an opportunity to lead you into sin by holding a grudge or nurturing anger or harboring resentment or cultivating bitterness. No one wants to be the cultivator of bitterness. No one wants to harbor resentment or nurture anger. You want to feed the angry person? That's not good. That's not good. So today, again, I want to introduce my guest that is going to have this conversation with me about cyberbullying and social media etiquette. And it is Sabrina. Let's bring Sabrina on. Hello, Sabrina. How are you? And thank you again. And Sabrina, I'm going to let you tell our audience a little bit about yourself, and then they'll understand why you're here.
Good afternoon, Cassandra. Thank you so much for having me today. It is my honor and it is a pleasure to be here and featured on this topic specifically. I am the tech evangelist. That is my nickname. I have been in the tech industry for over 30 years. I am a mom of 3 sons and a beautiful granddaughter who is turning 1 today. So if I may just take a pause for the cause and have everybody say, happy birthday, Sophia.
Happy birthday, Sophia. Yes.
Thank you so much for that. And that makes me proud. And so with my background, I come from University of Florida with a degree in computers and information systems, which means that I've been doing technology since the 90s. And in that, raising my children and now my grandchild, there is absolutely the component that talks about socialization, communication, and therefore some etiquette with the pinky out. So I am really an advocate for this topic. I have a best-selling book, The Social Etiquette, Communicating with a Conscious Mindset, that I wrote many years ago, and I can't wait to dig and dive more into that. And then I'm also one of the featured co-authors on the Ladies in Tech anthology with our visionary author, Kenyatta Powers Rucker. So
yes.
Y'all stay tuned. March.
They better stay tuned, Sabrina. Or they're going to miss something. They're going to miss it. Yes, Sabrina, I love it. The tech evangelist. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love it. So Sabrina, they're going to play a clip for us, and then we're going to come back and have a conversation about it. Okay?
Sounds good.
Cyberbullying happens when someone posts or shares harmful or mean content about someone else on the internet, social media, apps, texts, video games, or digital devices. Take this example. Maddie took a screenshot of her classmate Shonda's photo from social media. She then used an app to make Shonda look like a monster in the photo and added some insulting words. After sharing it in a group text, some classmates replied with hurtful, mean comments about Shonda. Others laughed and shared it with others. Is it cyberbullying? Yes. Maddie wanted to embarrass Shonda, and by doing so, she encouraged others to do the same. What can Shonda do? Take screenshots of the cyberbullying. It's painful, but Shonda needs to document what happened in case it happens again. Shonda can also block the group texts. She should tell what happened to an adult she trusts. Together, they may want to report what happened to the school. How about this one? Malcolm plays multiplayer video games online with people he only knows through gaming. A few of them have added him on social media. One player, Lucas123X, or Lucas, used to chat with him a lot while playing, asking a bunch of personal questions. Malcolm answered and didn't think much about it. But one day, Lucas posted all kinds of personal information about Malcolm on social media, mixed in with lies and comments about his ethnicity and gaming skills. Is it cyberbullying? Yes. Lucas was trying to harm Malcolm and his reputation. What can Malcolm do? He can take screenshots of the posts and block Lucas on social media. What Lucas did may have also violated the rules of the social media site and the gaming platform. Malcolm should report Lucas's behavior to the sites. He can also avoid a game if he knows Lucas is one of the players. Malcolm can tell an adult about what happened. Together, they can help determine if they should report it to the police. And remember, never give out personal information to strangers. Here's another one. Jaden and his friend Dylan were having fun, kidding around after school. Jaden took photos and posted them online. One photo showed Dylan making a weird face, which they both found funny, but other kids who saw it started posting mean comments about Dylan's face in the photo. Dylan was upset by the photo and the comments. Is it cyberbullying? No. If Jaden didn't mean any harm and he's willing to delete the photo, it is not cyberbullying. If Jaden doesn't delete the photo after seeing the negative comments being posted about his friend Dylan, he could be contributing to cyberbullying though. What can Dylan do? He can ask Jaden to remove the post and, in the future, to ask permission before sharing photos of him. If Jaden is a friend, he'll respect Dylan's request, apologize, and delete the photo. For more information, visit stopbullying.gov.
So, Sabrina, I definitely want to get your thoughts on the video. There were some things that I thought about as I was looking at the video. Cyberbullying is taking some people out.
Yes.
It's causing a lot of harm. And I love the definition, if what you're posting is going to cause harm to someone. And that could even be like, you could just be making just a regular post, or you could be just making a comment saying something. But if it's causing harm to someone, that's social media bullying. And also, Sabrina, the last part is, we don't do this often. I can say I don't. I go out to a birthday party, I go to an event, take a selfie, take pictures. We don't ask people for permission to post their picture.
Okay.
We don't.
I can dive right into
Come on,
this.
Sabrina.
I'm fired up. This is my jam. Okay. So I want to open the conversation with a chapter called The Social Etiquette Commandments. I've written these commandments, and we'll start there.
Okay.
And then we're going to process everything that we've received in that video to close this conversation. So, commandment number 1. And this is a big deal for me because in 2018, my family was a victim of such a tragedy. So, commandment number 1, thou shalt not text and drive. It happens to be state law here in Georgia. I am in Atlanta, Georgia, and my family was involved in a car accident where someone was texting, driving, and completely ran a red light and basically wrecked my brand new vehicle. So that was number 1, because at the time this book was written, I was recovering from this incident. So that's commandment number 1. Now, how about the shift? Thou shalt think before you speak / type. Commandment number 3, thou shalt spell check before sending messages and emails. Commandment number 4, thou shalt use grammar check when composing business letters, memorandum, and doing homework. Commandment number 5, thou shalt not engage in cyberbullying. Explanation point. Number 6, thou shalt not make a post or share fake news. 7, thou shalt not commit identity fraud. Number 8, thou shalt not commit any acts of cybersecurity fraud. Number 9, thou shalt not use social media during school, specifically in class and at work, specifically during those meetings and when you are on the clock. Number 10, thou shalt not engage in any social media based on criminal activity, such as sex trafficking, pornography, money flipping schemes, and on and on. 3 more, and we'll finish this commandment list. Number 11, thou shalt not walk and talk and watch video. Always remember safety first. Y'all probably seen the news where people are literally falling into the water fountains in the food court of the mall with their head down, eating a phone sandwich. Number 12, thou shalt not text while dining with others. Let's talk about etiquette. And last but certainly not least, thou shalt be a socially responsible human being while engaging in conversations both online and off. So there you have the social etiquette commandments. And I receive so much just appraise and applause from the parents and the educators that have used this book in conversations involving your social etiquette. There are behaviors that are learned, but then there are behaviors that are innate. You know, there might be that introvert that just really does not have the people skills, or there's the extrovert that they're done peopling, if you know what I'm saying. So cyberbullying is a real thing. And the point that you made about the taking of the selfie and asking of permission, that is a commandment that I stand by. And that is also something I believe in, because I want to make sure that if I am tagged, I also put the settings on my social media so that I must approve said or disallow tagging altogether. So there's a mouthful, Cassandra.
So I wanted to go back to number 2. I had a couple of I wanted to talk about.
I'm ready.
Read number 2 again.
Number 2, thou shalt think before you speak.
Oops. Woo. And then I think you also had something about thou should, about before you post. Was that a part?
Absolutely. Number 6, thou shalt not post nor share fake news, right? And then, of course, the thou shalt not post and commit identity fraud, which is another version of cyberbullying. That's when someone claims the identity of someone else and the person who they're connected with truly thinks it's them, but it might be someone whose password got hacked. That might be someone who left their logged in on the public school computer and at the library, and on and on. So there are vicious and malicious people, and they are intentional about causing havoc. So cyberbullying is real, and learning the etiquette of it all, it just comes down to social human behavior.
You know, Sabrina, you touched on a key point. Sometimes we're rushing, you know, we're so busy that we can tend to be somewhere using a computer. Let's just say if I'm at a hotel on vacation, right? I've done it before. Didn't take my laptop, went downstairs, maybe to print my boarding pass, right? And then not realizing that I did not sign off. And of course, when I realize, I go back down. But people, I think that along with, you know, keeping all those commandments that you brought to light to the forefront of our mind, we have to slow down.
Yes.
And realize that everybody out here is not for your best interest. They don't want, like you said, even to post fake and to pretend to be other people. It's a lot of that going on in social media.
Yeah.
I have also ran across this. People pretending, number one, to be millionaires. And they pretend to be a millionaire because they're playing on your emotions, because a lot of times some people are having financial difficulties, or they want to reach that platform where they, you know, have enough money, which we all do.
Get rich quick schemes is what they're called.
Yes, you said it, Sabrina. But I think if people really, really listen, I always say the Bible says watch and listen and pray, right? If people really begin to do that, then they will see past some of these fake and schemes. Because I believe if you watch people for a while, so my motto is I don't jump on everything quickly. I receive a lot of invitations, but I do have to watch the person. And the first thing I watch for is your consistency. Because a lot of people, I've had it, Sabrina, they will start things this week and next week they're starting something else or they're doing something else. So that's it for me. And I believe that if people begin to teach themselves these little things that they could use as warning signs and things they could use to help them to have better judgment, then some of these things, the cyberbullying and the etiquette will come naturally. Like, oh, just because this person respond in this kind of manner, or they even may respond to my posts. I have had people, they don't do it now, but well, why did you say that? And I said, well, that was for me. Right. It wasn't anything personally to you. That was for me, something I'm going through, right?
Right.
So I just think that this whole cyberbullying and social media etiquette, we can get control over it. Like you said, we can take ownership of ourselves and stop blaming everybody else for the way we act.
Absolutely. Now let's shift the conversation and make it political for a moment, because now we're talking the language of leadership. Okay.
Right.
As a leader in my community, the conversation is about leaders, for leaders, right? And even those aspiring leaders. So if we're moving in the marketplace and the political environment is such that cyberbullying is permitted, it's coming from the top down.
Come on.
But you've got to be able to cipher through what I call noise and look for truly relevant content. So let's talk about how to reprogram your social feed, because now if the cyberbully is coming up in your feed over and over repeatedly, why don't you start to change your content feed? Because that is going to train your feed that, that noise can absolutely be changed. I can now say, I want posts that are motivational, or I want to receive the word of the day. So things like that, I subscribe and like those types of pages, and that changes my feed. So now if I'm on Threads and my content feed was always this political noise, and now all of a sudden I want to brighten my day, I'm going to start looking for the quote of the day, the word of the day, and liking it. Okay, there's the engagement, which now creates the new behavior.
I love
it takes action to create reaction.
Okay, I love that. It takes action to create reaction. So for those that don't understand what Sabrina's saying, it's basically when you go onto your Facebook, it just says Facebook, you will notice there's certain types of content that will show up. And what that is based off of you liking certain things, right? Or reviewing certain things. So what you need to do is you need to take the ownership of your Facebook account and all your social media accounts and begin to only subscribe, only be a part of, only like those things will bring value to your life. I'm going to say value and cause you to move in a place of being an asset, not a liability. So that's a good move. So I want everybody to start doing it. So in that way, I always say we have to take the ownership off of someone else's, saying someone else, this is the reason we're like this because of someone else. That ownership belongs to you because you have a choice and you can also make a change. So I want to bring up a couple of our cyberbullying tips or things that our team came up with. If we could bring that up on the screen. Okay, respect the rules and regulations of each platform. Guidelines for interacting online can vary by platform. Before posting, get familiar with the policy of all online space. True. Next. Use respectful language. And I think all of this was in Sabrina's commandments. It's just worded a little differently. Don't insult or threaten others. Retaliating or provoking may feel good in the moment, But what is it? What's it? Agony? I can't get that word right.
Antagonizing others.
Antagonizing. That's what I was trying to get. It's a tongue twister.
Yeah.
Others is rarely productive. It could call basically stalking. Yeah. That's enough. Yeah. It can be like that. Next. Reduce the risk of flame wars. Flame wars. A series of long, angry, and insulting messages between internet users. I never heard of flame wars. Have you, Sabrina?
No,
this is, of course, this is my team came up with these. Avoid engaging in flame wars, and don't let your social media past ruin your future. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to highlight two other sections of my book, The Social Etiquette, Communicating with a Conscious Mindset. It is available on my website and on Amazon, Cassandra. And what I talk about is social activism, right?
Okay.
And I'm going to read just a short little trinket here so that you can take this nugget away for your audience. In social activism, you have to remember that some people choose to be dark. You've heard of the dark web. Okay, so I'm using this phrase literally. Okay, so some people choose to be dark, but then there are those that also choose to be dark, meaning they are not on the web at all. Okay, so they have no online presence, and that is perfectly okay. So believe it or not, there are people that do not want their digital footprint online, right? And so is it because of their job? Is it because of their personal feelings about their freedom? Okay, there's so many parts there. So when we think about being a good human, here's the quote for the day. Be the change you wish to see in the world. And that is from a famous leader, Mahatma Gandhi. Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm muted. That was a quote that we often would give, when I used to go into the school systems, which I still do. Thank God that I still have access to the school systems, but teaching financial literacy. That was one of the quotes that John Hope Bryant used in his program. Be the change you want to see in others. And that's right. Key. Be the change. Right. So let's put up a few of the social media etiquette tips. Just a few. We're just going to go over because Sabrina has really covered this part. These are some that my team have come up with that we're going to just go ahead and come up. You guys got that, or did you already put those up? They may have already put it up.
And if so, Cassandra, I can absolutely share my very last section of my book, which is the Social Etiquette Pledge. So we can do that with the audience before we close out.
So go right on, Sabrina. We could do that. And that could be your affirmation part. So right after the commercial, we will come back with the invitation. And then after the invitation, we will close with Sabrina in the social media pledge.
Are you looking to elevate your brand into a business? Are you ready to use your voice of truth? Elevation Global Media Group is your one-stop shop for all things media. Elevation Global Media Group has you covered. They offer podcast production, graphic design for logos and websites, branding, marketing, and so much more. Head on over to elevatinglobalmediagroup.com for more info or call 443-307-1241. That's 443-307-1241.
Welcome back, everyone. We have been having a great conversation about cyber media bullying and social media etiquette. And I'm telling you, it's a timely one because during this, I would say this phase of all of our lives, a lot of people are on social media. A lot of people are threatened by social media, even intimidated by social media, and fearful of social media. But I believe that, as Sabrina said, that Gandhi said, be the change that you want to see in others. I believe that. So I also want to invite our viewers, for those that don't have a relationship with Christ, I invite you to have a relationship with Christ. In Romans, it says, if you confess with your mouth and believe in your heart that Jesus Christ, that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. So we invite you in. And that's my piece of evangelism, for using my platform for the glory of God. Inviting you in to let you know there's time. God loves you. He wants the best for you, and be that change. Okay, Sabrina, I'm turning it over to you.
Awesome. Everyone, we are going to affirm and take the social etiquette pledge together. And it reads as such, and then we'll go back after the broadcast and put it in the comments so that way you can train up the next generation in the etiquette of being social. All right, so I blank. Insert your name. So I would start with Sabrina Lowry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pledge to be socially responsible human being and promise to communicate with a conscious mindset online and offline. Signed, witnessed, and dated accordingly. So we're going to do this again, Cassandra. You ready?
Ready.
Insert your name. Pledge to be a socially responsible human being and promise to communicate with a conscious mindset, both online and offline. Thank you.
You guys heard it. We're holding each other accountable. Some people don't like accountability, but I love it because I think that when someone is holding me accountable, they're helping me to get the best version of me out.
That's right.
And that's what we're doing. So thank you, Sabrina. Thank you so much. Tell our viewers how to get in contact with you.
Absolutely. And thank you again, Cassandra. It's been a thrilling conversation. I hope we gave the world a nugget or 2 or 12.
Yes, we have.
Like those commandments, right? So everyone, please follow me on Instagram, Facebook, X, Threads, and I do have a YouTube channel. All you got to do is Google my name, Sabrina Lowry, and all of my social handles will come up. And if you wish to purchase a copy of the Social Etiquette book, you can go to SabrinaLowryEnterprises.com/shop. And my online shop is there, and I'll drop a personalized copy to you in the mail, free shipping in time for the holidays. Thank you so much.
Oh, Sabrina, I love you, girl. I love you. We would definitely be having you back because I think as we, especially, as we deal with social media and cyberbullying, we definitely need to have you back, Sabrina. And thank you for joining us here on Moving in the Marketplace. And I want to thank my viewers for tuning in. We want you to share this broadcast, of course, but we also want you to do this. We want you to not only to subscribe to our YouTube page, but Sabrina's as well. And we also want you to keep moving in the marketplace. God has a plan and a purpose for your life. And all you have to do is be a willing vessel. So until next time, see you. Keep moving in the marketplace.
Thank you for tuning into Moving in the Marketplace. Join us here on Elevate Your Life Talk Radio with your host, Cassandra Ferguson